What's up, beautiful? It's time to figure out how much Rizz you have. Because on today's episode of Viewer Sent Me, I asked you guys to send me your best rizzing stories, your best pickup lines, or stories where you managed to woo someone using nothing but your charisma and personality. So let's get right into it. Okay, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed. You guys are still here? You actually think people on the internet have Rizz? You think they have stories to share? You guys asked for it. A lot of people are doubters. You're saying, Luca, this is gonna be the shortest video yet, but I have faith. I have faith in your rizzing stories. For each story or pickup line, we're gonna be putting them into 3 tiers. Valid, or invalid. Let's see what we got. Chat, is this Rizz? One time in geography class, we had to do a group project about making your own country. That seems kind of weird to begin with. I was placed with one of my friends and a girl that we knew her name but didn't really know anything about her. She suggested some ideas for the project and we decided to write them down on our own sheet of paper. Throughout the class, I thought she was cute, so I handed her my paper at the end of class with my number at the bottom saying, "Text me later," and a heart next to it. The next day, she asked the teacher to switch groups and I never talked to her ever again. To this day, I see her in the school and she still gives me dirty looks. She was low-key rude about it though. And there you have it, dude. That's the video. Yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie. This is a tough one to come back from. Like, this is... I don't want to be mean, and I'm sure you're a wonderful person and you're really attractive, but this is like the flirting versus harassment meme, dude. Like, jeez, dude. She didn't need to do all that. That's a little extra, if you ask me. Yeah, I mean, she was either too extra or you look like Poochie from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I thought you guys would be sending me actual Rizz stories, but this is cool too. Not because I get to laugh at you, but because these are confessions in like the love realm. Anyway, valid, invalid, or I'm gonna give this an because I feel like it's doing a lot, dude. Giving a paper with your number and text me and a heart to a girl that you don't really know, and I'm assuming this is high school. I feel like this is just a breeding grounds for like exactly what just happened. Like it could have worked, that's why it's valid and not invalid. But probably a better course of action would have been to maybe take more than one single class period to like even talk to her. Unless she like was secretly stalking you this entire time. So yeah, Also, by the way, are you from Mississippi? Because you're the only missus who's piss at sippy. I fucking love this pickup line. There's a couple of tweaks that we can make, because you're the only missus who's piss at sippy is simply factually inaccurate. Anything you'd like to add? 43% success rate on emo women. I am an emo woman, I can't confirm. Damn it! You really think I'm making this video for any reason other than getting pickup lines for myself and other internet goers, which are exclusively men, don't you know? This one's valid if you're a girl, and if you're a guy who's even considered using this as a pickup line, then I believe anything you might say would be invalid. I don't know what to write here, but one of my signature pickup lines is this. It seems like you actually know exactly what to write here. Are you a skeleton? Because I have a boner. Why have I not heard this one before? Can't say I've actually ever used it in action, but who knows? Maybe it's too powerful. I used it on my bro, and I think he went on a coma. By the way, you're the GOAT, keep it up. Also, am I oil because I'm on you? This one has a great setup. Unfortunately, the delivery doesn't really make sense because what does you having a boner have to do with the other person being a skeleton? It's more like, am I a skeleton because I have a boner? Which isn't really a pickup line. It's more of a statement to whoever you're saying it to, but it might work. It's like the stage below sending a dick pic, you know what I mean? Actually, this pickup line would be even better if you use it and you're a woman. Are you a skeleton? Cause I have a boner. Fuck yes. Man, valid, invalid, or I'm gonna go valid here with like specific circumstances in play. If you're using it on someone who has the same type of humor as you and thinks that this for some reason is funny, then it's valid. Otherwise, invalid. I feel like we'll be seeing a lot of these. One time back in middle school, there was this girl I liked and she happened to be running for some student council thing and I tried making a deal. If you date me, I'll vote for you. I said the same thing to Kamala Harris. Looking back, I think she thought I was joking. And it didn't even matter because I voted for her anyways. Anything you'd like to add? I'm glad she forgot about it because it was my cousin. Why the fuck does it always devolve into this? Dude, same thing with me and Kamala though. Middle school, you have to be the age already where you know that dating your cousin's inappropriate, right? So you're probably really weird, right? If you date me, I'll vote for you though. That's... Man, you're on your way of being such a good emotional manipulator. I feel like I feel like a proud father. Valid. Just kidding, don't do this. Because even if she said yes, it would never work out. You have to have people fall for you just by being yourself, not by giving them things. I've been told. Probably the worst way I've ever been asked out personally. Mind you, I'm sure this video will have some sort of diabolical incest level shenanigans that leave me shaking in my boots. That's a good call. A guy came up to me in college once at lunch, proceeded to tell me that he desperately needed a girl to come with him to the prom/disco thing that was about a month away at the time. Not really sure why he picked me, but I was quite caught off guard to say the least. This cretin just plopped his ass next to me. No hello, no weather's nice, huh? And just started utterly rambling. Long story short, I nodded and said I didn't have anything better to do. Based? And without another word, man just ran off as abruptly as he appeared. Anything you'd like to add? Because I know y'all are wondering, none of you are wondering, I did show up. I wouldn't leave him hanging like that. He was okay, I guess. Just sort of floated around me and made jokes about animes I'd never heard of or something. He watched anime? And he needed a girl desperately to come with? That was the last thing that was on my mind. For a second, I thought that he played sports and socialized with people. Also, as one of probably 3 female viewers, I feel it's my duty to say on behalf of all of us, oil up. I'll have you know I have 15% female viewership, baby. Caw! That desperate guy was me. I feel like this being the worst way that you've been asked out is actually not that bad. Like, especially if this person was anime chronically online super socially inept. Like, we've heard stories of this going way down the wrong path, but this guy probably just didn't really know how to interact with people that he thought were attractive. So, lucky you. Valid. Not for the guy, but for you, for showing up. I love you. Anything you'd like to add? Works every time. I know what you're saying, buddy. You and me both. Valid. Yo, this is good. Did you know sugar melts in the rain? Better get you an umbrella then. God damn. Wow. Anything you'd like to add? Marry me, Luca? I just might. This is one of the better pickup lines I've ever heard. And it seems unique. Maybe I just don't go talk to enough people to have ever heard it. But this is definitely valid, dog. You must be swimming in it. Whatever your preferred it is. Hi, Luca. Would you like to go on a date with me? I'm 17. Stop, dude. The Rizz is coming through the screen. Don't you know I make YouTube videos? The forbidden fruit is right there. Anything you'd like to add? No thanks. That's my line, dog. Once I was at a birthday party at a restaurant and met 2 girls. I introduced myself to them and asked if they wanted to see a magic trick. That could go really poorly or be really illegal. It was basically making a coin vanish, which I've been learning for a couple of weeks. I managed to pull it off for the first time right then and there. Never was able to do it again, and now I'm in a relationship with one of them. Anything you'd like to add? We've been together for more than 3 years now. Dang. I gotta say, dude, magic? I don't know if this is a hot take anymore, but magic is fucking dope. Like, when have you ever seen a magic trick that's performed well and be like, this fucking dude's a loser? Like, they're not necessarily mutually exclusive, but the magic itself is cool. Plus, you've been together for more than 3 years now. Validity from immediately. How about I Rizz you up instead? You can try. What's the difference between me and a roller coaster? You can ride me for free. W Rizz. I'm gonna go and say no, man. I think this is invalid. It's too overdone, too ununique, you know. I had a crush on the son of my college's vice principal, so I lied and pretended I could speak Italian. Dude! I do that too, so I could flirt with him without actually having to be charming. Since he didn't speak Italian, so he didn't actually understand what I was saying. We spent some time flirting with me using Google Translate and Duolingo a lot, and then his mom, as in my vice principal, added me on Facebook and he panicked and ghosted me. Anything you'd like to add? That was a while ago, and now I'm a whole adult with a beautiful wife. Also, she says you should oil up. Dude, stop, wife. Also, nice flex, dog, on the internet. Lucky. Yeah, I mean, I relate to this. And sometimes when I'm under the influence or whatever, I'll go up to groups of people and pretend to speak Italian by speaking Serbian with a vaguely stereotypical Italian accent, and it sounds something like Ciao, zovem se Luka, ne pričam u stvari italijanski, ali pričam malo srpski. Ako si Amerikanac, ništa neće se razumeti svakako. And you know, of course, because they're Americans, they'll be like, oh my god, he's Italian? No, that's French, dude. And, you know, I've actually met someone who's doubled down and said, that's not Italian, I speak Italian. And I kept speaking Italian, my fake Italian, and he was like, damn, actually, I don't speak it that well. So, I gotta say valid, if you guys want to steal this, works every time. It's not even just Rizz, it's just mostly to impress men. In 2019, this woman from Australia and I were talking for a few months, and she'd often vent about the wildfires that were occurring in her home country of Australia, and how her family was at risk, and I said, that's not fun, but we can have fun, and I winked. She told me I was an insensitive prick. Please make a public playlist of the music you use in your videos. Yeah. That doesn't work. Come on, guys. If you're trying to Rizz, you have to pick your battles very wisely, right? Like, Australians, probably stay away. Like, is that even a real place? I don't know. Seriously, come on, man. Oak's words echoed. There's a time and place for everything, but not now. You gotta be empathetic, or at least pretend to be empathetic before rizzing. That's how you get them. I hear. Okay, so I broke up with my girlfriend recently. Very sad, I know. I decided I wanted to get out there a little bit, so I started chatting up both friends of mine and strangers. One, I slept with one of my gal pals after watching some of your videos. What the fuck does that have to do with Rizz, dude? Did you play it? And they were like, wow, that guy's handsome. You kiss me now. Two, I got a girl's number at my gym with the classic pickup line, hey, I like your tattoos. Insane work, I know. I was also doing sit-ups with 100 pounds, so that might have helped. Oh my god, dude. Brother's risen up fucking the internet right now. Anything you'd like to add? Please say hi to my beloved Shane. He watches your videos. Also, this is the most insane audience I've ever seen for a YouTuber, by far. Sup, Shane? Okay, so number one, I can't really say anything because I have no fucking clue how you managed to sleep with one of your gal pals. And number two, you got a girl's number at the gym with, hey, I like your tattoos. I'm in between valid and eh. Because a lot of people don't want to be bothered in the gym, but as someone who has gotten a girlfriend by talking to her at the gym, I want to say valid, dope confidence. It's just such a slippery slope, man. If you're a guy talking to girls, I feel like if you're a girl talking to other girls or guys, you're kind of in the clear. It's just, like, yeah, the gym is tough. It's tough. When I was a high school senior, one day I was looking at my yearbook and the idea hit me. I sent my girlfriend at the time, that's almost cheating, but I'll hear you out. We were long distance, a video of me saying 80 bucks for a book with the year's greatest memories, but it doesn't show the part where I fell in love with you, and I couldn't help but let out a little laugh at the end. No, stop. This is genius. What I need the audience to do now is write this down, save this. If you're in high school, this is a fucking genius pickup line to someone you're not even dating yet, man. 80 bucks for a book with the year's greatest memories, but it doesn't show the part where blank. Man, I'm not ChatGPT, dog. I'm not here to write your pickup lines for you. But this guy, low-key Rizzer. And he laughed a little at the end, which I hear is really cute. One time I was on the subway and told my friend, deathly allergic to nuts, that I'd sneak into their room every night and sprinkle small amounts of almonds onto their face and body to make their life a living hell. A girl overheard me and thought I was funny, so we exchanged numbers and went on a few dates. They went to the emergency room after eating a cashew the next week, and I think the girl thought I was a psycho. Dog, how the fuck? Is this a real story? I can see this being so fake. Or you look like a 6'4" chiseled demigod, dude, and the girl was like fucking gawking at you the entire time. Oh, you're just funny. I don't know, man. Like, this happened in the subway? You must be fucking good looking, dog. And okay, yeah, I'm sure you're a really attractive person, but this is actually a really good lesson for the audience, because being funny is the best Rizz, really. It's like the best way to get friends, best way to get lovers, best way to get your lover's parents to fall in love with you in like a parental way. Being funny is OP, and I think there's actually a shortage of legitimately funny people. I know, I've said it. Am I gatekeeping? No, because I'm not funny either. Like, you take a look at content nowadays, it's either loud, appropriating the same jokes over and over again, or like brain rot. So, if you take what you're good at and make it funny and make it unique in your own way, dog, you're gonna be swimming in it. Your preferred it. Anyway, because I don't know whether this is real or not, we'll give it an eh. So this story was from back in middle school, but it stuck with me, so go easy on your boy. In 8th grade, I bumped into this girl waiting in line for one of my classes, and it was love at first sight. I wanted to ask her out, but I found out she had a boyfriend, so I did the next best thing. I cemented myself in her friend group. I learned everything about her. And we became good friends until everything hit a head one day at lunch. We were all lining up to go back to class and she came running over to me and the rest of our friends crying. Apparently her boyfriend broke up with her just then. I gave her a hug, but I was grinning like Light Yagami when he hugged Misa that one time, you know the one. Yes, I do. After that, I started laying it on thick. We were closer than before. We played Roblox together. Okay, say no more. She even got transferred into one of my classes, yet when she asked me if I liked her, I kind of played it off like I was nonchalant. Probably because we were at an event and her friend was with her. A couple days later, she asked me out at lunch, and all my months of scheming came into fruition. Also, I'm pretty sure one of my bandmates had a crush on me too, and that made our winter dance hella awkward. Like, I kissed my girlfriend, and she immediately went home awkward. Okay, Casanova. You know, you hear stories like this sometimes, and people are like, I'm the biggest master manipulator ever, and I don't know that it's always manipulation. If you genuinely are attracted to someone and you care for them as a friend and you want to get together with them, I don't think that there's anything necessarily wrong with joining her friend group and being there for her. I'm also not saying that it works 100% of the time. And then the other end of the spectrum obviously is like, I'm just gonna get closer so I can fuck her and ditch her, which is obviously not something you should do. Especially in middle school. The point is, if you actually like someone, getting close to them basically in any way isn't like scheming or manipulative if you truly care for them. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that that is what you did. Right? Because you're putting your hands together with the devil emoji. So I don't know. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt here, Casanova. I'll say it's valid. And maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. Chat, is this Rizz? I told the girl she looked really hot. I got slapped in the face. Anything you'd like to add? Just kidding, I don't talk to women. Yeah, I mean, checks out. I've been seeing a couple of these, man. They're good, they're good. I was on a date in London. I don't live there. Oh, fucking phew. She was showing me the Big Bang. God damn, dude, you were on a date with God herself? After that, she suddenly said the bell is huge on top of the tower. Then we waited till 12 and listened to the bell. I don't know what tower or bell you're talking about. And she went, I could sync up the sound. Ding dong. Was she stupid? I looked at her slowly and I don't know why I said it, but it just came out so suddenly and said, well, do you want to suck on my ding dong? Are you stupid? After that, we went silent for the rest of the day and never saw each other again. No shit. Luca, can you send me some feet pics, please? No. Shit. Invalid. Another example of awful pickup line. It's not even clever. That's the problem. If it were clever, and of course, if you were incredibly attractive and she loved you, it would work. But in this case, invalid. How was the Big Bang though? For real, I just cooked her some good chicken parm and gave her my hoodie and been together 3 years. Listener at home will also acquire a fine lady if they learn to cook some tasty ass food. Great tip, to be honest. Chefing up, I hear, is a really dope skill. Except you actually need to learn how to get someone to enter your house. Like willingly. One night when I was like 11, these girls had a sleepover and my crush was there, and for some reason they all told me they liked me and a bunch of other girls do. Naturally, I got excited, so I asked out my crush the next day. Anything you'd like to add? They were lying. I got rejected. Pretty mean, right? Although very stupid from my part. Man. Yeah, you live and you learn. Now you know. That is mean, man. Although boys and girls can both be pretty mean at that age. Valid though, valid story. Unfortunate. I'm sure you're great now. I just read this one. It's so sweet, I have to include it. Last year in 8th grade, I really liked this one girl who was in most of my classes, so me and my friend made a plan of how I could get with her. He would become friends with her, and then I would somehow pull her. But he thought it would be funny if he rizzed her up, so even though they did become friends, she had a crush on him, and he rejected her. By the way, I completely fumbled on my part. I wore a John Pork shirt to impress her. Then around Christmas time, I told her I liked her, and she rejected me. Around June, we became good friends and went out to eat to lunch every day. I told her I liked her again. Dude, you were persistent! She rejected me again, but she's still my best friend and one of my only friends. Also, she's a 10 out of 10 Puerto Rican baddy, but she's so nice and has such a good personality on top of that. I still low-key like her, but she has a boyfriend and we go to different high schools, so I don't want her to think I'm weird and stop talking to me. But yeah, anyway, she's so nice to me, and I want to stay friends with her no matter what. Dude, let me just give you some aura real quick. Hold on. This is gonna do you well in life. You deserve it. You deserve it more than any viewer submission ever, dude. She has a nice personality too. That's the first time I've heard that from a man. That's not me. Luca Levy trying to get girls by a Google form answer, Lamau. If that was true, I wouldn't have made that joke, okay? Idiot. Not really a story, but I have a framed picture of gender-bent Luca on my wall, and I practiced my Rizz on it every day at 7:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. It's really easy to imagine a response from it since I have schizophrenia. It always ends up with something like, "Oh wow, you're my knight in shining armor. Please carry me back to the castle like a princess." The sessions last at least an hour. I knew you were gonna ask, so there. Doug, why? I have a mosaic of myself made of little LeBron James. What do you think is there just for show? Come on, man. Just like me for real, valid. I wanted to Rizz a girl using the old bump into her and carry her stuff off the floor thing, so I found a freshman to try it on, but I bumped too hard and she fell on her head. Dude, unlucky. Anything you'd like to add? It didn't work, obviously. Also, that got me fired from being a teacher the same month. Solid, dude. Solid. That's good setup, man. Good setup. Valid. Once while tipsy, I was in a voice chat with 3 or so friends, and someone said she was gonna go shower, and I said, "Oh, you're not gonna go let me see?" And got DM'd a nude a few minutes later? We were jokingly flirting for a few weeks before, and this started a 3-month-long situationship. Okay. I mean, if you had like some background connection here, but ain't no way this is valid, dude. This only works. This is another example of flirting versus harassment. She clearly liked you. And what the other friend do? Just like fucking eat popcorn and be like, "Can I also see actually?" Did he get a nude? Did she get a nude? Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I have to go with invalid here. This is like this is the equivalent of "Where's my hug?" when a girl hugs someone else. You know what I mean? It's like it's cringe. You lucked out here. Other people do not try this. When I read this, I legitimately had the going on. One time I was really tired and I went up to my crush and told her she had pretty hair and for some reason decided to touch it. Wow, who? Dude, your brain is not supposed to let you make these kinds of decisions. As soon as I said it, I realized that I sounded like a tsundere and was being creepy. No shit, Sherlock. But to my surprise, she started giving me attention after that and I thought my game had worked. Fast forward a few months, she sent a voice message where she describes how she got brutally cracked by my friend and she saw me as her opportunity to get into her group. They're dating now and love each other, and I have not been attracted to a human since besides Luca Levy and Jamar Chase. I'm happy with that. You should watch Tsurune at its peak. Oh man, I was so ready to roast you, and now I feel so bad for what happened. Well, at least we can say that the hair touching was a little bit of an invalid moment. If this is actually true, this girl fucking sucks cock. And not just literally, but why would she ever send you this? Fuck that, dude. Kill her. Okay, this is a good one. One day, like usual, I went to a bar in the big city which I live in. Since I went there so often, even the bartender knew what I usually got. I saw a familiar face, probably also a frequent alcoholic like me. After sitting down, I finally built up the alcohol-induced courage to ask for her name and number. It was Lisa Levy. So now it was time for the pickup artist inside of me to appear, so I asked her, "Are you an engine? Because I'd oil you up." It worked. After that, we went straight to the mechanic together to oil up. Anything you'd like to add? Oil up. Anything I'd like to add? If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I feel like you guys proved people wrong. Everyone was saying, "Luca, you're not gonna have enough responses for a video," and I don't know how long this video is, but I read a lot of responses. However, I will say, there were way fewer than there usually are. Regardless, let me know what you thought of each rizzing situation. Are my valids invalid or valid, and the other way around? And if you have any suggestions for future videos, drop those in the comments down below. Any community discussions like these that you want to see, or any games to play, series to cover, real world things to do, IRL, vlogs, streams, anything. Because everything I do for you. Also, go check out other videos on the channel. We have a whole library of variety content, something for everyone. I think, you know, I'm kind of entertaining sometimes. Bringing back the old YouTube, nicheless and genuine. Just making it as fun as possible. I'm like a variety streamer, but I only do YouTube, even though everyone's asking me to stream. Hey, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna do it at my own time. Until next time, I love you, and goodbye. Damn.